Hello guys and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to make a video called what if Deku was or had Devil's Footprint slash Shinra's power, or if he had a quirk. This is technically when he had if he had a quirk, but it's like a specific quirk. If you guys not watched the series Fire Force or Fire Force, then you wouldn't know what I mean by Devil's Footprint or Shinra. So I'm gonna give you a little rundown of the Fire Force. So this is the main character, Shinra Katsume. He had a power where he had the Devil's Footprint. He can boost. He can go fast, pretty much. Like he has flames that he can make come out of his foot, which will make him go faster, faster, faster each time he powers it up. So to give you a rundown of the story, he thought his mom and his little brother died. Towards the end, a little spoiler, he found out his brother was alive, except funny thing is he ended up being stronger than Shinra. But that's because Shinra never trained his flames. He always hid it. He never used it. That's why his older brother, I think it was either she or something like that. I don't remember. But if I can find out what it is, then I would like to. If you guys know what it is, tell me in the comments down below. But anyways, go back to the actual story. So Deku, he was born, and well, just like in the real anime, he liked watching all my videos. He always watches it. It's like his mom is like, oh, you watched this so many times, yada yada yada. And he had a friend named Bakugo. Uh, and I'm gonna say, uh, uh, I'll see. I think since now that in this timeline he would actually have a quirk, I think he would be all good. He wouldn't treat Deku like he would in the original series. Matter of fact, I don't think he would even call him Deku. I think he'll call him by his regular name, Izuku or Midoriya, whichever is best. I don't really care. Uh, so when he was 4, he went to the doctor, and the doctor diagnosed him. He did all the tests, all the other stuff. I mean, I don't really know how the test works, but yeah. Uh, he has a quirk. He has a quirk, and they decide to call it I don't know. Should I call it Devil's Footprint? I think I should keep it Devil's Footprint because that's the original name. I might change it. I might change the name over the next couple of parts, but I'll keep it as Devil's Footprint for now. So Devil's Footprint. So he went to the class. Like when they introduced each other, they're like, "Okay, hi, my name is Izuku Midoriya, and my quirk is called the Devil's Footprint." They were all confused. Like they started calling him the Devil because he had it wasn't really like a villain's quirk. It's kind of like a quirk. It's like a speed enhancing quirk, pretty much, except you can do many. Cause like I know Shidor never explored the variety can with his powers. The only thing he can do with his powers is make it condensed, where he can make his flames more straight and not like expand. So I'm gonna say that he keeps it expand until he reaches until he goes to the UA. So fast forward a couple of years, I'm gonna say he kind of does get bullied for his powers, but not as much as you would in the anime, because this time like he has a quirk. But like they bully him because they call it the Devil's Footprint, and I think some people would see why they would call it Devil's Footprint, because like I'll make up something. So I think like So about end middle school, and they're like, "Yo," the teachers like those papers said, "I know you guys want to go to the hero schools," and it's like Bakugo's like, "Yeah, don't put me with these bunch of crap losers. Uh, I'm gonna go to the best school, and that's UA." And then the teacher calls Zuka's out, saying, "Hey, aren't you gonna go to UA as well?" It's like, well, he's more. I'll give him a trade. Whenever he's nervous, I don't know if you've seen this already, but I'll put a picture in front. Cause he says, I'm saying whenever he's nervous, he smiles. Like he just smiles, cause he's nervous and he just smiles. All right, and then he's in the back of the class smiling. He's like, "Yeah, I do." And then Bakugo, he kind of has the same reaction he did in the anime, except he doesn't use an explosion. He just puts his hands down because he respects Deku. But like he was like, "Are you really sure UA is the best place for you to go? Especially since you got the whole Devil's Footprint. I don't know if they would accept that as a name. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that's the official name until someone in the comments tell me, oh, probably put this as the name or this as the name. So I'm gonna just do that. Uh, he's like, he's like, look, bro, I don't care if they think the name is complete and total bull crap. Uh, so yeah, and then they get the whole scuffle. I would say instead of what Bako did in the anime, he just walks out because he's not like furious at him. He's just kind of like, man, I want like he's kind of like I like those kids like, man, it's not fair. It's like, man, I just want to be the only kid from this school that goes there, bro. But I was like, well, we'll just see what he does in the exam, all right? Like, I don't really care if he goes there or not. I just want to be the first. I want to be number one. As he doesn't care if he goes there or not. He still has that arrogance, so to speak, but he doesn't bring those arrogance towards other people. He's not like bullying other people. No, he's like, yo, he's like arrogant and prideful, but arrogant to the point where he can keep it under control. He's not man driven or anything. So I'm gonna say if I know I'm relating too much to the Fire Force, but if you guys know the Knight, because Shinra wanted to be the hero, and then there's the Knight in the story. He doesn't really hate him, but like they're kind of like rivals, pretty much. I'll show you up on the screen what it looks like, but that's what I'm gonna make the relationship between Deku and Bakugo somewhat like. And just for namesake, I know Bakugo wouldn't call Izuku Deku, but I'm just gonna keep it Deku because it's more memorable. It's more memorable. So it's like, cause like whenever I watch the anime, I'm like, oh yeah, there's Deku. I don't say Izuku Midoriya. I don't say Midoriya. There's Izuku. I say, Ayo, is Deku up there? So that's why for me it's easier to say Deku than anything else. So Deku takes the same shortcut. He meets up with the the Sludge villain. Yes, the Sludge villain. Uh, and the Sludge villain, he's like, "Yo, fool, I'm finna eat you, bro. I'm finna suffocate you. I'm gonna use you as a bodysuit." I think that's what he was trying to do. And then he's like, and then Deku's like, "Oh hell no!" And then he like, all right, fool. If you wanna fight, we can fight right here, right now. And then he's like, fool. And then like he runs. He uses his flames. Well, not like flames, but like devil footprint. You guys know what I'm talking about. And he does that thing. I'm not sure. So he like spins around and then tries to do like a spinning, like a drill. He does like a drill. And it does nothing. But the flames that he ignited within him kind of burnt him a little bit. He's like, damn, bro, that hurt. And I was like, wait, my attack hurt? It's like, no, your flame. Oh, I should not have said that. That's that's not a mistake by me. That's what he actually says. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna cut that out. And I'ma say All Might does come out, right? But then like he he's not really surprised or shocked. I mean, he's shocked, but like he decides to help the kid out, finish the job easily. And then when he sees that, oh, he's like, kid, watch out, Texas smash. And then he finishes it, and then he's like, yo, what's your name, young man? He's like, oh, well, my name is Izuku Midoriya. I'll only say Izuku Midoriya if it's like a formal, like if it's formal, like he's introducing himself to the class. I won't say Deku. I would say my name is Izuku Midoriya, or like if he's meeting a hero, it's like, oh, my name is Izuku Midoriya. But when I say it, it's gonna be Deku. All right. So he's like, oh, nice quirk you got. He's like, what's your quirk? I was like, he's kind of hesitant on saying it because, yeah, for obvious reasons. He's like, well, he's a number one hero. This I don't think he would judge. He says Devil's Footprint. He's like, Devil's Footprint, huh? Yeah, the reason why I called it the Devil's Footprint, he explains that he was one day walking on the beach. Okay, it's like a flashback, alright? He was going to the beach with his mom, and then, like, he found out he had a quirk, but they didn't find the perfect name for him. So he was walking around, and then he saw his footprints wasn't looking like the foot that he had. And then his mom was like, yo, I feel like, bro, why do you have devilish footprints? And then, like, he was like, yo, I found the name for my quirk. He's like, and his mom was like, what? Devil's Footprint. It's like, are you sure? That name might stick forever, you know? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I know. But I feel like that might be cool. He's like, alright. They gave the name that, that's why he calls it Devil's Footprint. And All Might was like, yeah, that's cool. And he's like, so you collect the village. Where you gonna go now? It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go drop these off to the cops, and that's what I'm gonna do for the day. And then he's like, he wanted to ask one more question, but he jumped out. You know, just like in the anime, he jumped out, and he catches him. He's like, yo, what are you doing, man? He's like, don't push me off. If you push me off, I would die. It's like, you're right. You got a point. And then like he asked the question. He's like he was about to finish the question, but then oh my, you know, I can't even snap. He pretty much just turned into Smallmouth. You know, when he becomes a skeleton. And then he's like, yo, is this an imposter? I think this is an imposter, bro. And then he's like, no, this is the real me. I got injured like 4 or 6 years ago, the fight, and it got me really injured, and I try to keep it under wraps because I don't want people to know it. I want people to know that I'm still the symbol of peace. I want people to know that I'm okay. I'm all Gucci made, bro. I'm all Gucci. I'm all good. And he's like, what were you saying before I transformed rudely into my inferior form? And he's like, well, can I become a hero even with the quirk? Even with a quirk that's like this? Because, like, let me explain why I decided he should ask him this. Throughout the years, people kept bullying him because, well, all his quirk could do is enhance his speed. He hasn't really used it in combat. He never had combat experience except with the one with the Sludge villain. So he's kind of in the question whether he should be a hero or not, or just give up his dreams as a hero. Like, he could be a hero, but like a sidekick. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, sure. But he's like, are you sure can I be the number one hero? And then, like, instead of All Might being like, no, like in the anime, he's like, no, you can't do this. Like, you're risking your life. Or like if his quirk was like a villain quirk, he'd be like, no, you can't do this. Like, I feel like All Might would actually be the number one hero, the actual symbol of peace, and be like, look, well, in the state you're in right now, you can't. Obviously, he's like, yeah, I know. But he gives him like a kind of word of advice. If you keep training that quirk of yours, maybe, just maybe, you could be the number one hero. But as of right now, if you don't train every day, you can't be a number one hero. You can be a hero, yes, but not the number one hero. Maybe like number 10, number 20, but not number one. So if you're gonna be number one, you gotta work hard, train every day. Don't give up on your dream. And then walks out. Deku's like reflecting on what he said. He's kinda somewhat upbeat, but it's like, yo, I'm not sure if he was being real with me, cause like he's been bullied all his life. He don't know if he was being serious or not. And little side note, All Might was being serious. He was dead serious. And so I'm gonna say, they go to the Sludge Villain. The Sludge Villain attacks, and the Sludge Villain, he well, he does what he does. Bakugo was there. Deku was like, yo, I gotta say this man's mouth. He full on speeds up, and something hit him he never thought would happen. He did like a whirlwind attack. Like he stopped his tracks. He used the fire on his feet to like propel him and do like a spinning kick, while his one foot is planted on the ground while he's spinning. And no, don't worry, he doesn't break his bones. He does that, and like the villain, he's almost defeated. You'd say All Might finishes the job. Everyone's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like instead of they're kind of like scowling at him, but they're like, well, but good job though, kid. Uh, if you ever are gonna decide to become a hero, please work at my agency, please, please. And then he's like, all right, I'll see. He walks off. All Might, as in the anime, he's being sworn by press. I mean, so was Deku, but like, it wasn't for a long amount of time. And then all like, okay, I'm probably gonna stop here, but I would like to ask for y'all's suggestion. Should I or should I not give Deku one for all? And I'll see you guys in the next part. Bye.